Alright, hello again everybody, this is Mr. Everything, and I am back playing some Star Citizen. Let's see, let's just make sure I got all my streams going. Got the game, got the broadcast, got my Discord. Just switched over to Discord to see if anybody else wants to jump in there with me. If they do, great. If not, that's fine too. Alright, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are going to do the universe. But first, let me tab out of this. Sorry. I'm going to go to my mouse controls. Spool up the Star Citizen mouse controls. Because I have my own presets on my mouse. And then we'll go to Crusader because I'm going to drop some spam. Wait, join friends. Hey. Join him. Sure. Easy-o. Yeah, right as I was getting ready to start this stream, about 45 minutes ago or so. No, but I guess it was an hour ago, dang. My internet just went out. Completely out. Boop. Took about 30 minutes for that to come back up. And then once it came back up, then I had to go through the process of getting the stream set up. And these missions into the verse. Hopefully my mic's working right now. Is my mic working? Blah, blah. The cool sounds of Mr. Everything. Okay, yeah, it seems to be working. I have a great FPS, I'm not going to lie. 40. No. Fooly cooly.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
looking out into space. Now here comes the chat bomb. Okay, I needed to move my... Come on, erase all this.
How you doing?
Activated. Systems green.
Now I'm gonna look into space when I type this. Pilots and Marines for a UAE Navy unit visit 1 NAS on RSI.
This area is not safe. Please keep moving.
gosh. Sorry guys, I wasn't really chatting with you guys. I was reading a text and responding.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Contact.
You chose the wrong part of space to fly through.
I wonder if I can take a security guard option. Doing it.
Quantum travel complete. Contact. Missile locked. Friendly target. Kill. Landing gear deployed.
Can I not target him? Why can't I target him?
Landing gear retracted.
Oh.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
Whoa, look at that. What the heck is going on with my sight? Look at that. I'm just moving my hand back and forth like this and going, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's freaky. It's like it's tied on with a rubber band. I'm gonna hit at Marek space. I am on don't shoot. Hopefully my gun doesn't do that again. That was really whack. Throwing me off. The sights all moving around and stuff. It's alright.
Welcome to the Port Olizar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
Hey, it's gonna let me take my saber again.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
Alright, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys doing alright? I'm a very small YouTube crowd. Also streaming on Twitch tonight. Oh, lag disappeared. Or it appeared.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Contact.
Get out of here.
Quantum travel
You still can.
initiated.
I am getting out of here. Since I started streaming 40 minutes ago, and I don't believe that's true. Oh, maybe so with the intro.
Contact. Missile locked. Shields recharged. Missile locked. Kill. Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
I don't want that. Is my sight still wobbly? No! Oh, my sight's fixed. Nice. I'm getting some black spikes. This time I'm actually paying attention. And not just running in like a lunatic. Now I've got the job. What do we got here? Shotgun? We'll go with it. I just threw my gun away? Yeah, okay. I knew it was there. I see the problem is I don't know who my friends are. See, if I go in there, I just got to shoot everybody. But actually, it's not. Let me back up. That's not even why I logged in. I didn't even log in to go there. Logged in to help people. Okay, I don't know. I was reading chat and moving at the same time. It was disorienting. Yeah, I can't wait till, let's talk a little bit, guys. I can't wait till 3.0 comes out. But I'm getting away from anything that's got chat in it. So let's get a ship.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
let's pick up one of these while we're here. Gives me 2. Not that I need them because I don't need them. Okay, so I'm away from voices. Let's talk about stamina. Let's get to a place where I'm not going to get like distracted.
What's up?
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
All right. So now that we're free, I wanted to talk a little bit about stamina. You know, when you guys are playing, or if you're not playing, maybe you're new to the game and you don't really understand this, or don't understand that it's a new system, or maybe you've been playing for years and you agree or disagree with the system. That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to kind of explain what the stamina system will do for the game and why it's absolutely needed. In Star Citizen right now, there's no stamina. There's an artificial time limit. Like I can run around Port Korea, Port Korea, right? Everybody call it SPK, what Security Post Korea. But either way, I can run one full lap around there, and then the system will automatically make me start walking. Hey, Grub Man, what's going on? And I don't like that. What I do, I mean, it's fine as a stopgap right now, but what I like is the fact that you're going to have your health, your heart rate, and your breathing is going to affect how your character stands. Like when I'm standing right here, perfectly still, got my hands off the controls, perfectly still. That's not right. No one is perfectly still, right? You should have your breath. I mean, I'm exaggerating right now. I'm super exaggerating. But you should have a little bit of that. You should have a little bit of sway always. And if you run for a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, that sway should become more pronounced. It absolutely should. It is correct. It needs to happen in the game. I just think, now why do I say it's important? Well, because it's a game, and the more things that make a game more realistic, the better it is for immersion, the better it is for you to actually believe that it's a living and breathing world, right? So let's back up. I was on the 101st Rifle Competition Team when I was in the service. I spent the last 6 months in the service as a marksman in a competition team. There was only 4 riflemen on this team, and they were chosen out of the entire 101st Division. Okay, so that should tell you something about how good I could shoot. There was a competition, because they had different types of competitions. But one of those competitions was, hey, don't worry about it, Grub, man. It's all right. You know, it's when 3.0 comes out, then we'll deal with it. But right now, no big deal. I'm not stressing over anything like that. And good, and you know, I'm glad you got your, you know, your fatherly duties. But no, one of the competitions, one of the challenges, is we had to run a distance not far, a couple hundred meters, I think it was. But we had to run a couple hundred meters, and then we had to stop, fire from the standing position, and then fire from, I know, believe it or not, the seated position, and then we had to lay prone. And we had techniques that where we could run up and we would stand and we would have our legs crossed. I know it's weird, right? We would stand with our legs crossed to stabilize us so that when we're firing, we weren't doing a lot of this swaying, right? But we still had it. There was still, you know, you had to control your breathing. It became super important. It always is when you're firing anyway. But as you know, when you're firing, you got to pull on the trigger until it fires. There's no jerking of it, all that great stuff. And when you're breathing, you got to control your breathing. You know, like when you exhale, you stop, and that's when you fire, and all that jazz, right? Well, it became really important when you couldn't catch your breath. Because of this competition, we're wearing a lot of gear. You run up there, and you're like, and your gun actually moves. It moves quite a bit, and I am glad they're putting that in the game now. But I hope that they do have a way that I can hold my breath just for a second to make that steady shot. I do want to see that. Do I suspect it would be extremely hard to breathe in combat armor and power armor and all that stuff? Yeah, I do. I think it would be extremely hard to breathe wearing all that gear and gizmos and gadgets and stuff like that. So yeah. I don't know what he's trying to do. There you go. Yeah, so I would expect that like Daisy's doing, a lot of other games do. The more you carry, the more you become winded when you're running around and stuff like that. So there was a guy on. Let me just say, there were some other people that suggest that heavy armor has more air than medium or light armor. I think that's reasonable. I think that's extremely reasonable that it has more air, mainly so that because it's bigger and more bulky, right? So maybe you can travel or travel longer. When I say longer, I don't mean farther. I'm talking about time. So maybe you can travel for an hour where light armor can only travel for like maybe 30 minutes. But on the flip side, light armor can probably move twice as fast, so they'll both get the same distance in half an hour. Or same distance in one tank of air. So the light might go a mile, and then in half an hour, and then the heavy goes half a mile in a half an hour. But then he still has another half hour of air. I don't know how they want to do it, but I don't have a problem with heavy armor having more air. Do I think the guy inside the heavy armor is going to be using his air faster? Yes. Because he's got a heavier load to carry. But let's back up. Now remember, this game is, in my demented sense of reality, this game, in my world, is based on a role-playing game called Traveler. I don't know if you've ever played Traveler or not, but everything so far in this game is a direct correlation to the role-playing game Traveler. Everything, right? Except for wormholes. That's the only thing that's different. Okay, so the heavy marine armor in Traveler is called battle dress. The medium armor that I'm currently wearing right now, this set right here, that's called combat armor. Right? Okay. So battle dress in Traveler is augmented. Even though you are wearing a heavy suit of armor that you have to climb into, basically, because it's so heavy, it has servos and motors and actuators and stuff that actually help you. It assists you in moving the armor. So it's actually easier to move in heavier armor in Traveler, because you're not doing all the work. The servos and motors and everything are. So it's also extremely expensive, but and it's the only armor that can carry certain types of heavy plasma weapons and stuff like that, which we haven't got that far into the game yet. But I mean, pretty much everybody can carry the railgun. And I understand that Chris isn't doing exactly Traveler. That's not what he's doing. I'm just pairing it up to Traveler. I do know that Chris has played Traveler, so maybe subconsciously, maybe he is pulling from a part of the game that he thought was extremely cool. I hear all these noises and stuff. Let's think. Stamina. Yeah. So back to stamina. Stamina isn't just air, and it's not just moving. If you don't eat or drink in a certain amount of time, you will become malnourished, or you'll become thirsty, or things like this. And those will all affect you, no matter how fit you are. Over time, that's going to affect you.
This area is not safe. Please keep moving.
I thought I saw somebody appear. But do we want a survival game where you have to like spend time eating and things like that. No, and I don't think Chris wants to do that either. What I think and anyway, Chris is, he's kind of like an idea man. Like he'll give his team ideas like, hey, I kind of want it done this way. They actually are the ones designing this game. He vetoes anything that they do that he thinks is stupid, of course, you know. Okay, somebody's getting attacked up there. So, yeah, he makes the idea. Everybody else tries to implement it. And if they do something crazy, or if they come up with some way to do it that he doesn't like, he'll veto it. Or he'll sign off on it. So he's like the final say. But he doesn't actually create the content. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think his vision is very much like Traveler. Okay, so does he want... Okay, that ship. What's going on with that ship? Okay, somebody respawned. Does... he does want to have an eating mechanic, a drinking mechanic, as part of the mechanics of the game. Now, of course, you're going to have emotes and you're going to have animations where you can drink and you can eat. Sure, that's good. That's going to be in there. But does it have any bearing on the game? No. But what does have bearing is the mechanics of the game. Okay. And this is my understanding. If you're in or around a civilized area, either a base, a city, a space station, a village, a farm, or whatever. Hey, yeah, and so, okay. So, the way he's going to work it is, if you're in a city, urban environment, you're in a place where your character would normally be able to find food and eat it, you're not going to fail to have food. It's just going to assume you're eating in between games or whatever. But if you find yourself in a environment or left alone, stranded somewhere where you don't have readily accessible food parks, food venues, or whatever, then you'll have to have rations, or you'll have to find food in the wilderness. That's good. Don't find yourself in the wilderness without rations. So that gives you a reason to have rations, or have survival rations on your ship and things like that. Oh no, he crashed it, so I'm gonna have to pay. Not gonna happen. I'm not worried. Whoa, what am I doing? Yeah, I don't want to pay extra. So I'll just chill. Let's go over here. So I think that's okay, and that all falls into the stamina system as well. And then one more thing that falls into the stamina is everything. Everything falls the stamina. Think of the stamina system as your character's health, right? And it affects everything that you do. So if your leg is injured, maybe you move slower. If you are taking heavy G's in a dogfight, maybe you pass out. If you get shot in the head, maybe your helmet vents air. And because it's venting air, your stamina goes down. You're unable to recycle the air that you're losing. That's super cool. I would rather it be like that than a headshot kill. Right? You shoot me in the body and I start bleeding. Sure. You shoot me in the head, my helmet should be the most armored part of my body. It should not be headshots should not be instant kills. I know they're copying from all these other games, Call of Duty and Halo and Battlefield and I don't know, Quake, all these other games. Headshot, that's a kill. No. In reality, okay. Okay, I'm not going to say in reality because a headshot can be a kill, but it has to be a significant caliber to be a kill. Your skull is the strongest bone in your body, and now I'm not a physician, so I could be wrong, but your skull is designed in a way to make sure that your brain doesn't get hurt. And then above that, your helmet is designed, it's solid, it's usually the most rigid, the most heavily armored part of your armored suit should be your helmet. And that should be the hardest thing to one-shot. You should not just be able to, and specifically the shotgun. A shotgun should never hit a helmet, a space helmet even, and cause any damage. Even if I took a shotgun and put it right up to a guy's helmet visor and I pull that trigger, boom, there should be no what just happened to my game? There should be no damage. I mean 0 damage. To someone. Now, it's got to be sufficiently heavy. I would say medium and above should take 0 damage to the head from a shotgun. Hell, I would say a shotgun would be almost, and I don't know why that people say, oh, the shotgun's the best weapon in the world, blah, blah, blah. That's because they're gamifying it. A shotgun should not penetrate your armor plating. No, the pellets can't do that. Now, I understand electric shotgun should electrocute you and whatever. Or if it's a plasma shotgun, okay, whatever that means, right? I get that. But a normal shotgun, or even, I don't even know about an electric shotgun, but a shotgun is built to have like a spread of mass destruction. I get that. But that mass destruction is against a non-armored person or an animal, a turkey, not a human in heavy armor. Someone running in heavy. Now I understand people like their shotguns. It's a skillless weapon, so it's one of those weapons you just go. Poof, 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 poof. That's what we used to talk about in the old days in Traveler. People would take shotguns if they had no skill. That way they could still hit even if they had a bad roll because they had pluses to hit. But it doesn't have pluses to damage. Actually, it does have pluses to damage if you're not wearing armor. But if you have any kind of armor, a flak vest, a shotgun's not going to go through that. I don't know. That's just me complaining about shotgun. But I understand it's not tweaked and it's not play balanced and stuff like that. And I'm in the vocal minority. I'm in the non-vocal majority where I don't actually do any talking about this on the. I don't complain about it all the time. All right, let's do this. Let's play a match. Actually, don't do that. Actually, I don't want to do that. Yeah, so back to the stamina system. Stamina system is needed. I'm glad they're implementing it. I'm glad they're implementing some kind of eating and drinking mechanic. I'm super excited about that. I don't want to be that guy that has to log in and every 30 minutes I have to eat a sandwich, you know. You have to pull out my bag, I look in, pull out a tomato and eat it, or pull out a carrot and eat it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of micromanagement. Okay, I get that. But if I'm on a planet and I've crashed and there's nobody around to rescue me, at that point, I do want to have to find rations or pull that tomato out and eat it. Hunt, give me a reason to hunt in the wilderness and try to recover and try to establish some kind of radio signal back to base so that somebody can rescue me or something like that. So that kind of a survival thing would be exciting once or twice, but not all the time. You don't want that all the time. But I think that's cool. Are you on a ship? And that's another thing. You got a ship full of crew, right? As a captain, if you're hiring crew, NPC or players, you should have to pay upkeep of some kind, right? And part of that upkeep would be what's called in Traveler, it's called life support. Life support is the air you have to buy, the toilet paper, or food, or anything else that's a consumable that people use on long trips. So life support is a thing. If you take and I'm sorry I use a lot of Traveler, but if you take a Traveler ship manifest, a ship management manifest, it tells you how much fuel costs, how much life support costs, how much berthing costs, how much cargo you can earn, how much cargo or mail you can carry, all this stuff. And a lot of that's in Star Citizen already, or they've talked about it in a loose way. Oh, goose belly. All right, so what I'm going to do is I talked about stamina enough, and I've talked about the life and the health and all that. I talked about shotguns hitting you in the face. Oh my gosh. Headshots should not be a kill. Oh, I mentioned earlier that I said maybe should be a kill. Like if I get hit with a sufficiently large enough caliber bullet that pokes a hole in my helmet and I begin to vent air, that's cool. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm venting air. And then I better go find some place and recover and repair my helmet or something like that, or I'll be dead. So technically it is a kill shot, but it's a delayed kill shot, and you have a chance to recover yourself. And that's something that you need in a permadeath type game when deaths are when they're permanent. Alright guys, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. I'm going to call it here, and then I'll see you next time.